Hi girlies, hi besties, welcome back to my channel. We are continuing with our Dare of the Day challenge. So today I figured let's do our makeup while I tell you a story. And I was like, why don't I just tell the girlies about my first kiss? Like, what story can I tell? I've been struggling to find a story to tell because I don't always share like my personal life. There's like certain things I just wouldn't naturally talk about. Like my first kiss is not something I would naturally talk about. And obviously it happened forever ago. So it's really not a big deal. But again, it's not something I would naturally talk about. But since we are overcoming our fears, challenges, discomforts, I guess I'm going to take another opportunity to challenge myself and just tell y'all a little story. We just gonna get into the tea, all right? My first kiss did not happen in the US. So where do I start? I went on a family vacation with, my dad, my mom, my brother, and I. Again, when I was like 13, we went to Cape Verde. Cape Verde is where my family is from. It's a group of islands off the coast of Northwest Africa. And I love it there. It literally feels like home. I haven't been since this whole thing happened, because I've only been to Cape Verde twice. First time I was like 8 or something. The other time I was about 13. So yeah, wow, I haven't been since I had my first kiss. So anyways, I have a cousin, and she lives, I think, in like the Netherlands now, somewhere like that. But she used to live in Cape Verde with her mom, and obviously she had her friend group. So she was kind of dedicated to us to take my brother and I like out, like just to have, give us something to do that wasn't just hanging out with the adults. So Bianca takes us to meet her friends, and it was weird because they were like a lot older. Like, again, I'm like 13 years old, and there's this one guy who's like 21. He's like was literally 21 or 22, and he's dating this other girl who's like 16. And in my head at the time, I was like, wait, like that, I mean, mind you, I hadn't even had a first kiss yet. So I'm like, y'all are dating, he's 21. Like, I'm thinking this man is mad old, which granted, I mean, 21 is old to be dating a 16-year-old in my opinion. But I think depending on like the place that you're in with the culture is sometimes like that's not a big deal. So I don't know. I've just seen in other countries like the age ordeal, like young and old, like I'm not sure if that's like a good or bad thing or if it matters or not. I'm not really hip to that. But anyways, that was kind of like a weird red flag to me. And there was a guy also in the group. His name was Nelson. I'm sorry, I don't like that name. I'm sorry to all the Nelsons out there, any of the girlies who date a Nelson. But I really don't love that name. It might just be because of the guy. So Nelson was 17 and I'm like 13. So he about 4 years older than me, which when you're younger, like 4 years is a big deal. So in my head, I'm thinking like, like 4 years is like a freshman dating a senior, or a freshman dating like a college kid, or a 6th grader dating, this is even worse. But I mean, I was in like 6th grade, right? 12, 13. That's like 6th, 7th grade. That's like that age dating someone who's in high school, like 17. That was a big gap. So I don't know. I was feeling a little bit frisky. I don't know why I like this man. Like looking back at it, I'm like, there was nothing about this man that I liked. I don't know if I was just feeling like safer. I think I was just feeling safer, honestly, because I was in another country and I was like, well, it's not like it's a guy from school. Like, it's not like anyone would find out. I can just kind of do whatever I want to do. So So I'm just going with the punches. I guess I find out that he likes me. I kind of like him. And it was like so early that like I didn't know like what you're supposed to do when you like someone, you know? Like I didn't know, like we didn't go on like a date, like we didn't do none of that. Like he just liked me. I knew he liked me. I guess I kind of liked him maybe because he liked me. I don't know. But anyways, let's fast forward to the good stuff. So one day, my mom is not home. We were staying at this apartment. We usually would go to Cape Verde, like we go to Cape Verde for like a month. If we go again, I haven't been since then, but that's like the culture. You go for at least 2 weeks or a month, or even longer. So my mom's not home. I'm with my brother. We have this lady who's like somehow related to me, who's like supposed to be watching us. I don't know where she was at. But Nelson pulls up. I don't even know. I think Bianca was texting him. Like, sorry, that's the name of my cousin. She was texting him. I think she was like plotting. Like, she was plotting on my behalf. By the way, this is the first time I even went to a club. Like, I got dressed up in heels, went to a whole club. They didn't ID, but I'm mad young. Like, y'all know I'm underage, and they still let me in. And I drank Red Bulls all night, and then I denied all of the guys who were trying to dance basada with me, which is like a slow-ish dance that we do in my culture. And I just told everybody no, which I didn't know how to dance basada at the time, and I was also just very shy. And I just felt like the guys were a lot older because they were, and it was like felt creepy to me because I'm like 13. So yeah, that happened there. Anyways, Nelson pulls up and he's in the staircase. We're at like this apartment complex, and Bianca's like, oh, Nelson's outside, like go say hi. So I'm like, okay, like, you know, I'm like, oh, like the guy, like he's here, oh my gosh. Tell me why she pushes me out the door, or I go outside and she closed the door on me. She closed the door on me. And I'm like, girl. I'm like, no, I knock on the door. Nobody opens it. And then Nelson just like trying to kind of talk to me and flirt with me or whatever. And we sit on the stairs. There's stairs like right outside the door. We're sitting on the stairs and I'm like, all right, I guess I'll just chop it up with him for a bit. Like, I don't know. I'm scared. My heart is literally like outside my chest. And he kisses me. He kisses me. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, I literally was in my head the whole time, obviously. Like, you know, if you have your first kiss, like, it don't just click the first time you do it. You know, I mean, maybe for some of y'all, but for me, I'm like, I'm just feeling his lips on mine for the first time. And I'm like, yo, this is weird. Like, this is weird. You doing all this. You doing all this motion. I don't even know. I don't know what to do with this. Okay? So whatever. He kisses me. And eventually, I mean, it's only for like probably a minute or even less. And then I get up, I knock on the door again, and then Bianca opens it, and I just tell him bye. He don't even come inside. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I don't even know if I should be happy. Like, it was mad awkward, you know, but I'm excited because I finally got it over with. You know, no more, you know, first kiss fears. So that happened. Now I'm starting to remember like other parts of the story, like what happened next. So while, you know, I'm doing this, since I'm not done with my makeup, I might as well share. So I vaguely remember like we were like texting. I remember like being on the phone with him, talking about nothing. And then he asks me to be his girlfriend. I guess this was my first boyfriend, kind of. He asked me to be his girlfriend. And you know me, I don't know what to say. I said yes. Granted, I went to a private school in I went to a private school that was like predominantly white, and I felt like a lot of the guys didn't want to talk to me because I was not white. You know, like I was like the black girl or whatever. And even though I felt like they would like me, like I swore like there were definitely guys that like liked me or whatever in school, but it was kind of like they were scared to talk to me. Like they would always talk to like the white girls. And I remember feeling that as a kid, to be honest. Looking back at it now, I'm like, you shouldn't even be worried about no boys. Like you way too young to be worried about no boys. But, you know, the other girls, they getting, you know, the guys like them. I'm like, damn, why y'all don't like me? Like, why y'all not trying to ask me to dance? Why y'all not trying to get, you know, my number or talk to me like how you try to talk to these girls? So I remember thinking that, so maybe I was just like excited to have like a boyfriend, or I think I really just liked the idea. Like, I don't think I ever really liked Nelson. I think I liked the idea of a boy. So he asks me to be his girlfriend. I say yes. And I tell him, well, I'm leaving the country soon. Like, what are we gonna do? This is crazy. I'm leaving the country soon. What are we gonna do? Da, da, da. And I'm like, you gotta give me something. Or he's like, oh, I'm gonna give you something to like remember me. Like, I'm gonna give you something. So I'm like, okay, but I don't know what you better give me. This man pulls up. I don't even remember when the exchange happened. I don't even have the memory anymore. But he pulls up and he brings me a gift. He pulls up with his headphones. Like, there were not Beats, but they were like headphones that wrap around your head. And I'm mad excited because I just didn't own a pair of these. And this man sprays them with cologne. He sprays these headphones with cologne. So much cologne, like he must have dumped the whole bottle on there. And the first time I got them, you know, they smelled all nice. And I was like, ooh, like I'm not gonna front. I was happy about it, you know, I was happy about it until my family found out. Because then somehow, I don't know how, my mom, she see me packing these, or she smelt the cologne because it was so strong. So I'm packing these headphones. Oh, you know what happened? I didn't pack them. And I remember I wore them. I took them, and my mom knows I don't have these headphones. So she's like, oh, where did you get them from? She smells the cologne. She's like, oh, you got them from a boy. Like, laughing at me, making fun of me for having these headphones that smell like cologne. My brother making fun of me. I'm like, oh my God, like my family, y'all stay in my business. Y'all stay in my business. So whatever. I take my headphones back on my 6-hour plane ride to America. My man gave me these headphones. So what? And then something else happens. So remember, I told this man that I was about to be his shorty. So we get to America. I'm talking to him on Facebook. So I add him as a Facebook friend. I'm looking through these man's pictures, and the pictures just aren't doing it for me. These pictures are not doing it for me. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't think I like him anymore. I said, I don't think I like him anymore. But back in the day, like, on Facebook, you would put like in a relationship or married. Like, I remember in school, if the girls had a boyfriend, they would put married to. And so that's what I did, because I thought that's what you're supposed to do. Like, I'm trying to be hip, right? I know I'm not marrying this man. Like, I know I'm not about to be in a long distance relationship with somebody I just met who's 17 in another country, and again, I'm like 13. I don't know nothing about love at this point, all right? So I know what the word is by the time I get to America. I was fantasy landed in Cape Verde, but once I get to America, I know what the word is. Anyways, we put married on Facebook. So I'm married to Nelson now, okay? And then my mom comes home with a printout of my Facebook. I didn't have my mom as a friend on Facebook, mind you. She got a printout. She come home. Who's Nelson? Who are you married to? Why you have it married? Like, I have a foreign mom. Like, you know how foreign moms are. honestly, any mom, you know, could have been like this, but my mom, she not playing about this because I already know, like, with our culture, it's like people, they care about like what everyone thinks. So she was gonna do that anyways, but again, her 13-year-old daughter talking about married to some 17-year-old dude that she don't approve of in Cape Verde. So looking back at it now, I know she wasn't tripping, but I really thought she was. So mom come home with a printout talking about, oh, you're married, you're married. I'm like, Mom, it's a joke. Obviously I'm not married. Like, you know I'm not married, da 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 da. And I'm like, I'll take it down, I'll change it, but like that's what the girlies are doing nowadays. Like, it don't mean nothing crazy, like you're dragging it. So I go, I take it down, and this is when I get ready to break up with Nelson. I had to cut him off. I had to tell him, you know, unfortunately, it's not you, it's me. So I tell Nelson, what do I tell Nelson? Again, remember, we're talking on Facebook. So I tell Nelson, hey, we gotta break up. Like, I sent him a message, I don't think I like you anymore. Ah! I'm such an asshole. I said, I don't think I like you anymore. Like, we're not boyfriend and girlfriend anymore. I definitely broke this man's heart. He definitely thought we was about to be together forever. And like, this time frame from when I left Cape Verde, remember I was there for a month, so I probably knew him for like 3 weeks. And I broke up with him probably within a week or two, like probably 2 weeks. And I don't even really have recollections of me like talking to him like that. Like, I don't remember us like me being all giggly, like talking to him on instant message, like every day excited about this man. Like, nah, I think I was already over him by the time my mom and my brother started making fun of me for the headphones that smell like cologne. I think I was already over it. Like, I was like, I never really liked you to begin with, but I got my kiss over with and now I can move on with my life. So I pretty much let Nelson know that we were no longer gonna go steady, that I didn't want him no more after like a week or two. And back to reality definitely kicked in. I'm like, nah, I don't even like this man. Never mind the fact that he all the way in Cape Verde. Like, it was never gonna work between us, all right? So he messages me back and he's like, oh my gosh, like, why, da 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 da. You know, as you would expect someone to react, right? And I don't even really believe that he liked me like that. But at the same time, I'm like, you're mad weird. Like, you're 17. Why you even like me in the first place? Like, that was weird to me. I don't know if it was the culture or something. I still don't know to this day. But I was already like turned off. So I blocked him. That was the first man I ever blocked. And I'm good for it. I'll tell you that much. You gonna get blocked. All right? I blocked. I blocked. One thing about me, I'm gonna block you. Anyways, I block him and move on with my life. I told Bianca I don't want his ass no more, okay? And you know, the rest is history. So that is the story of my first kiss in another country. I guess my first boyfriend too, now that I think about it. But he don't really count as a boyfriend because we didn't even go on a single date. So he not my boyfriend. I told him, I guess, when he asked me out, asked me to be his girl. But my mom wasn't going for it. My fam was making fun of me. The kiss sucked, right? And I just wasn't into Nelson. So achy breaky hearts, I'm sorry to tell you, but thank you so much for joining me today on our YouTube. I hope we are, you know, gonna continue, not hope we are gonna continue chugging along. We are gonna continue chugging along because I'm trying to be a committed girl in 2024. I'm very committed in my relationships, but sometimes I'm non-committal in the tasks that I need to do or the things that I tell myself I should do that I know I need to do. So we are canceling all of that. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me. If you don't already know me, my name is Elisa Silva. I am a spiritual counselor and coach. I help the girlies reach their highest potential and improve their lives by looking under the hood at what's really going on and getting them from stuck to moving through my counseling and coaching. If you want to book in a session with me and we can chat about life, love, money, all the different things, healing, nervous system regulation, childhood programming, childhood traumas, all kinds of stuff, you can find my website, my Book Me link in the description box, as well as all my socials. I'd love for you to join my world. And I'm excited to just keep chugging along on our 100 days. So I will see your ass tomorrow. That's fucking crazy. I'm gonna see you tomorrow. Make sure you tap in and you tune in to the tea. Let me know if you like this video. Let me know what your first kiss story is in the comments below. And let me know what other stories I should tell. I actually really enjoyed this story time. This was like my first story time I feel like I got through and enjoyed from start to finish. And it wasn't that hard. So yeah, that was actually a fun story to tell. Anyways, I love you. Bye.